John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Whoa.
Yeah, wait a minute.
There was no It's Better with Susan's on,
I was
or
thinking,
Cougar's on, or anything like that.
Thinking the exact same thing, a little toned down today.
Threw me for a loop.
Yeah, well, just want to make sure you're paying attention.
See, we look at that. We are paying attention. It's Mike and John got it going on. Brought to you by Jordan Genso, the official Gigo Realtor. Lots to come today. We're going into the woods. Figurative. No. Yeah, figurative.
Yes, figuratively.
Figurative.
Not literally.
Yeah, we're not going.
I'm not picking all this crap up and going into the woods with it. No, sorry. Because you know what bears do there. So anyway.
No, I don't. And I don't want to know.
Yes. Scranton Middle School putting on Into the Woods, and we'll be talking with some other performers from that production coming up.
Also, we finally are going to give away that $25 Subway gift card courtesy of Firehouse Doors.
It's about time.
It's the third trivia time.
Yeah.
If nobody got it, we were just going to keep that and go to lunch. But congratulations. We'll find out who won that. Also, we'll take a look at who's today's child from Orchard's Children's Services. Susan's review.
And it's not a traditional review.
Yeah.
It's not a book or a movie. It's
Give us a little tease.
Well, it's about how gentlemen should not be.
Oh.
What'd you do now, Mike?
And we'll get our 2-cent history lesson today. All that and more coming up. But first, a look at local news. Brought to you, as always, by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. A $500,000 memorial pledge from a Michigan State alumna has been made in order to reinstate the Spartan swim and dive program. Amanda Mercer made the donation in honor of her late husband, Todd Mercer. They met while he was swimming at MSU. Todd, who lost his battle with cancer in 2021, was one of the all-time greatest athletes from Brighton High School. As a swimmer in the 1980s, his record in the 200 freestyle from 1985 was only just broken last month. Her pledge is conditional on bringing the programs back and the school's commitment to build an indoor 50-meter competition pool. Amanda Mercer, who herself was a captain at Michigan State, beat breast cancer a decade ago, even swimming across the English Channel while undergoing chemo. The Battle for Spartan Swim and Dive, an advocacy group that has fought for the return of both the men's and women's swimming and diving teams since they were cut after the 2020 and 2021 season, says they've received just over 100 pledges so far. They're setting a target of 300 pledges by April 21st. Main Street in Brighton will be closed in both directions Monday from Grand River to the west side of the Heine Street intersection as work is set to begin on the downtown streetscape project. The traffic will be opened eastbound to First Street only. Truck traffic will continue to use the 3rd Street detour. Demolition's already begun on the Mill Pond Park area with trees and sidewalk removal. In addition, some of the decorative light poles have been removed and brought back to the public works site. While the benches and trash receptacles in the Mill Pond Park area have been removed, they'll be utilized in other areas of the city as replacements or part of the streetscape project. To put the new closure and detour in place, the traffic control devices currently being used for the water main project will be relocated. While the water main project's finishing up and the streetscape project is beginning, there'll be 2 different contractors downtown. However, the contractor for the streetscape project is the same as the Grand River project. Are you keeping track? And officials say that'll be helpful with coordinating the 2 projects since they are occurring at the same time. And that's what's going on. By the way, you can get all those details at mikeandjohnpodcast.com.
You have a podcast?
We do. Well, we have a website.
We have a website,
We're
too.
on the podcast. And we
Yeah,
have a website.
that's where you're at right now.
That's what this
Just
is
so you know.
called?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
We're in a pod and we're casting.
Yeah.
News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Despite the construction, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers will take care of you when it comes to your jewelry needs. They're also a great community partner when it comes to supporting local businesses. To encourage support of small businesses in downtown Brighton, the Main Street neighbors of Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, what Mark and Barb have done is gone out and bought 70 gift cards from 20 different Main Street businesses. And all this week, it's been going on for about a week and a half now, through the end of this week, through Saturday, if you buy over $300 or $300 or more in merchandise from Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, you'll get to draw out a gift card from one of those businesses in downtown Brighton. You can find out more by stopping by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Brighton or on their website, cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com. So last night, we finally got a winner in Sunday night bonus night trivia.
It's about time.
Up for grabs was that $25 Subway gift card, courtesy of our OG sponsors and trivia sponsors, Firehouse Doors. They've been serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled service and products. The question, men who do this before they go to work have a higher average income than guys who don't do it. What is it? What's the first thing that came to mind, Susan?
I was thinking like shave.
Well,
Or, some sort of a grooming.
but it depends on the style of the time.
Sure, sometimes
Yeah.
there's that 5 o'clock shadow.
If you're back in the mid 80s, you're doing the Crockett
Don
and Tubbs,
Johnson,
the
Don Johnson look. But this is now, John.
Right. Is it
It's not 40 some odd years ago.
Are you sure?
This is now.
No. I don't want it to be now.
Audrey said comb their hair.
Well, that would.
And the uncombed look
But again,
is kind
right.
of so much in now.
Right. So.
Make it to-do list. A lot of people did say shave like Susan. Not shave like Susan.
I was going to say, is there a certain way that
So it had the same answer,
shaving?
shave like Susan.
How do they know how I shave?
The camera follows you everywhere, Susan. That's a separate podcast.
Oh, boy.
There's
right.
probably a YouTube video on
Subscription only.
how to
Knew
shave.
it.
Madonna said, listen to the news.
Well, yeah.
Get the news.
Well,
then you know.
You know what's happening in the world.
Yeah. Is there anything happening? Anything big?
Well, Main Street's closed in Brighton.
Yeah, well, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Charlie had an interesting answer. He said,
Oh, no.
skip having their daily avocado toast. I'm told it's the only way for my generation to save up for a home. So clearly that must be where these high rollers' extra average income is coming from. All the avocado savings, of course.
Wow, that's a little specific.
There's a lot going on there, Charlie.
There sure is.
It's not correct, but
No.
an
But
interesting
have you
answer.
had the avocado toast?
I have.
It's good.
It is good.
I have not. I know you find it hard to believe.
It's yummy.
Mary said brush their teeth. We would hope you would do
Heck
so
yeah,
anyway.
I hope so.
Molly said rock the wife.
Wow, Molly.
Nice.
I guess you'd have a little more spring in your step if that were to happen.
So
Kind of big. Tom said pray. Oh, gosh, I pray I make it through another day at that place.
Karen said meditate.
Yeah, that's a good guess, too.
Right.
Get in the zone.
Debbie said work out.
Put on surgical scrubs. And Jan, I'm not sure. I guess if you're a doctor, if you're a surgeon, you're
Right.
probably making more than
Right.
the average guy.
If you work in an office
I
and you
get it.
Sherry said get their car washed. Hey, show up clean,
Yeah.
feeling confident. Any other?
Joe and Kathy said listen to Mike and John got it going on. Very wise.
That is a great
Joe and
idea.
Kathy.
Nice.
It's probably
That
not going
was
to help your
smooth.
salary,
Very
but
smooth. It's not smooth enough to get the gift card though.
no, it's not.
But it's a good answer.
You may have won by default. If somebody didn't get the correct answer, which we did get a correct answer. Did you see what it was?
I did. Was kiss their wife goodbye. Or kiss their partner goodbye. No, not to be your
their
wife, but
spouse.
kiss their spouse or
Your
partner
significant
goodbye.
other,
Yeah.
your dog, whatever it may be. Yes. And who was it that got it right first?
I don't know.
Is the question. I wrote it down, but I forgot where the sheet was that I wrote it down.
It's a Monday. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Well, no, they
it
don't
was
actually.
Beth. All right, here we go.
Okay.
We may need a few minutes for this. It was Beth Van Valkenburg Wiltsey. Congratulations, Beth.
I see that. That's
All right, that's a lot to.
That is a lot.
I don't know if I can fit the full name on the envelope when I mail this gift card,
Yeah, right.
but
Teeny
it just may
little
say
tiny
Beth.
Yeah. Beth
Van.
VVW.
Yeah, Beth V squared W. There you go. Congratulations, Beth.
Congratulations.
And thanks to our friends at Firehouse Doors for providing the prize and, of course, sponsoring the trivia as we do each and every weekday and then Sunday night
Right.
to give away great prizes and just have a little fun with. So.
Right. Of course, family-owned business. They strive to treat each customer like family. Veteran-owned. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. And for the past 22 years, your only authorized distributor in Livingston County for CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today, 810-599-7480.
All right, our Orchards Services Child of the Day.
You're out of order, fella.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I haven't. I am out of
You
order.
are.
But I know
I'm out of order. You're out of order. This is where I do my Pacino imitation.
Is that what that was?
Well, yeah. Here's where we see.
You know what? I went out of order because it's too early to call the kids.
Well, yeah, we don't wanna
They're
call
not in the woods yet. We have to wait till they get in the woods before we can call.
And we're not out of the woods either. Not by a long shot. As much as we've tried to get the hell out of the woods.
No, as we know, Orchard's Children's Services, we have our Monday match, and what we try to do is find most of these kids are in their teens and looking for either a forever home or at least a foster home that will keep them until they can get out on their own.
Right. And today's child is Tina. Tina is 13 years old. Tina enjoys cooking, especially baking. She'd like to be a baker when she grows up. Well, you know, Mike,
I used to be a baker.
You used to be a baker.
I have baking experience.
Tina looks up to you, apparently.
Don't do that, Tina.
No. Tina enjoys going to the movies as well as watching her favorite shows on Netflix. Her favorites right now are Big Time Rush and Sister Sister.
Mine too.
Well, yeah. Tina enjoys going on vacation, especially to warm places. She enjoys doing activities that bring her joy, like coloring, reading, and playing games. And again, Tina, who's 13, is our Orchard's Children's Services Child of the Week. And of course, Orchard's Children's Services endeavors to find, as Mike mentioned, forever homes for all kinds of kids of all ages. But we feature the teens and some of the older kids because they're the harder ones to place. Although, you know, when you get to personalize a little bit and learn more about Tina and other kids like her, you can see that they need homes just like everybody else, and they want to be loved and cared for. And so, if you have an interest in learning more about Tina or Orchard's Children's Services, you can of course contact them and find out more. You can go online at orchards.org. It's just that simple. That's their website, orchards.org, and you can find out more information there. And again, our kid this week is Tina. So, all right.
And of course, our sponsor is Jordan Genso, official Giggle Realtor with Remax Platinum, the official Giggle Realtor, a community servant, community realtor with over 15 years of experience in the real estate industry with the Genso team. Look at that. He joined a team that has his name. Or perhaps he created the team.
Perhaps.
But if you're looking to buy or sell a home, Jordan Genso can point you in the right direction. Give him a call today at 248-444-9777. You can even find him on Facebook. Jordan Genso, that's Genso. Community servant, community realtor.
Right. Very involved in the community. He serves on the Brighton District Library Board.
And Susan was away this weekend.
I was.
And give us a little bit of what guys aren't supposed to do.
Right. You were up
coming
north.
I was up north. I was celebrating. My girlfriend is getting married in 1 month. So this was our last girls' weekend. And no, there was no pillow fights or tickling or,
She's on to us.
She's heard you talk before. She can read your mind. Have a little wine, get silly. So anyway, you're out at maybe a saloon or pub.
A saloon.
We are.
You're up north. What do they call them up there? A tavern?
No, it's just
a lounge.
a dive bar.
A dive bar.
Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing says classy like a dive bar up north.
Well, they don't say dive bar.
No?
Oh, well, maybe they do say dive bar.
I would name my place the Dive if I had a bar.
I think that'd be a great name.
Mike's
actually.
Dive.
Mike's Dive. There you go.
Come in head first.
Cannonballing.
All right, so you're at this dive bar up north.
I'm at this dive bar, yes. And, absolutely, when we walk in, I'm patting our backs, heads turn. But actually, I'm not patting our backs because we're just like fish out of water there. Like, I don't think they see females in this place.
Oh, so so you thought you were hot stuff, but you were the only women in the place.
Maybe this is a saloon. Yeah. I imagine a bunch of grizzled old prospectors. What is that?
Grizzled old prospectors.
It's a woman.
Exactly.
She looks different
Whoa.
from me.
So that's never a good sign, I guess, if you walk in and all the heads turn and
No.
Yeah, okay.
But the beer was cold and cheap, so we stayed.
Well, there you go.
But I made her wear a sash that said bride to be.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So, it brought a little attention. So the first thing, the guy at the end of the bar says, are you celebrating something? And like, yeah, she's getting married, so we're just out having a good time before, the old ball and chain latches on. And
Wow.
so he was like, look, congratulations. And then he says, so obviously this isn't your first time.
Well, that's always great to start off with the obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So then the bartender kind of chimes in. She's, I can't believe you just said that. And then he tries to save it by saying, well, it's kind of obvious.
Oh, well, that really doubled down on me.
Smooth.
Absolutely.
So, all right.
Absolutely. And then he asked if it was the third.
Oh, my God. This guy's having a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that was number one. Then
more.
Wait a minute, how many are there?
Yeah.
two. I'm just
Okay,
gonna,
all right.
Well, there are more, but I'm just going to tell you
All
two.
right, all right.
So then another guy sits down next to us, and he didn't hear, the original conversation. So he notices the sash, and he's like, well, did you win something? What's with the ribbon? And so I put my arm around her, and I'm like, yeah, she just won Miss Gladwin. Because, we were in Gladwin.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Just making sure you're following me. Okay. So he was like, whoa, that's so cool. And he was just very, congratulations.
Didn't
and
quite
just
get
happy. He
didn't get
it.
the joke, yeah.
But so I went and used the restroom, and then I came back, and he says to me, so she won Miss Gladwin. Were you runner-up?
Oh, smooth. These guys in Gladwin got it going on.
Yeah.
And you said there was beer they were drinking, did you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
cold.
well, and shots, I think.
Right.
There may have been a few shots involved.
Beer chasers, yeah. But I was really quick, and I said, "Oh hell no! I gave my crown to her from
Wow.
last year." Yeah,
Smooth.
so we celebrated being Miss Gladwin for the last couple of years, and they believed us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, gentlemen, please don't mention anything in regards to what number is this, or well, you're
Right.
our age. It's probably got to be.
I would generally say any pickup line they're all bad. None of them are good.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about how you doing?
okay,
How
Joey.
you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I think generally just a hello, how's it going? If you're gonna just strike up a normal conversation, I would say.
It was actually
The whole idea, I guess, of a line and a woman's gonna go, oh my god,
right.
and melt at their feet.
Swoon.
You know?
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
mean, it's never happened to me.
Never
But they
worked.
all tried. We had the comedian. He had jokes to tell
Right.
us one after another.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, that's great.
Win them over with laughs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Was there anybody dressed like the brawny guy?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
flannel.
Oh yeah. He was. Yeah.
We're up in Gladwin,
And then there was but we called him actually the GQ man because
Oh.
he was pretty put together as far as the gel in the hair.
Oh, and product.
So it's like I'm the brawny guy,
Yeah.
but I'm a GQ brawny for Gladwin.
And then there was a younger guy that he was really quiet, and then all of a sudden he came up to us and he's like, he had us like a southern accent.
Ooh.
And he's like, hey ladies, I'm gonna be, I don't even remember what he said, like pounding out some balls.
Oh, okay.
They had a pool table.
Well, I'm going to take that back about that line because that's a smooth one right there.
I'm going to be
He's
pounding
like-
out
I'm
some
pounding some balls back here, ladies, if you want to.
I was-
Hello.
Yeah, I was just hoping you girls would want to join me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So everyone went home alone.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're
Well,
saying.
Well, if that worked.
we did anyway.
Yeah, right.
So, no,
Okay.
yeah. They may have worked on the Gladwin gals,
It might
but
have.
not on Miss the Queen.
No, not on us. Come on.
All right.
All right, it's time to, we're going to talk with some of the performers from Scranton Middle School's production of Into the Woods Junior. And that is going to have a run this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Hello?
Good morning. It's Angela Otto in
Hey.
the cast of
Yes, Angela. Hi, welcome. Angela, you are helping to put on the show Into the Woods Junior at Scranton Middle School this weekend, right?
I am. I'm helping with the marketing. So we arranged fun kids to talk about our show and get you guys some information on it.
All right.
So who are we starting with? I know you got a group of kids there.
Yeah, so we're going to start with Vaughn Otto. He plays the baker.
All right. So, Vaughn, how's it going?
It's going good.
All right, so tell us about the Baker. Now, for folks who have not seen Into the Woods, of course, this is a classic Broadway musical production, but it brings together all the favorite fairy tale characters into a pretty fun story. Maybe a little dark, but fun can be. So you play the Baker. Tell us about the Baker.
Well, basically, Baker, he and his wife really want to have a child. And so that's basically their whole plot point, is they're trying to have a child throughout this whole thing.
And now, with that being the case, of course, and as I said, it features all the favorite characters: Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and his Beanstalk, and the Witch. So, how do they interact with these different characters in the course of the story?
Well, they have to get certain objects from each of these characters in their quest to have a child.
So it's like a scavenger hunt to have a kid.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Now, how do you get along with your wife?
Well, we go through a little bit of hardship, but it's another major plot point. The baker and the baker's wife, they throughout the thing, their relationship status just become more stable.
Okay, so why don't we talk to your wife? That's played by MJ Batoni. MJ?
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Let's find out how you get along with your husband.
Yeah, we've already heard his.
Asked.
We've heard his version.
We've asked the baker.
Yeah, what's your take on this?
Well, at the beginning, we are kind of conflicted because he believes that I should stay home while he hunts for the objects, but I want to be a part since it would be our child as well. And but by the end, we come to a conclusion that it's better to do this as the two of us and work together.
So it's pretty similar in common times to the husband going grocery shopping and not getting all the right things, where the wife may want to come along.
Yeah.
Or at least text. Are you getting what did you get the stuff?
And then the guy's just running around the supermarket all zigzaggy trying to find what he needs.
So so this is a typical where the wife has to keep the husband on track, and then so in the course of this quest to get these things, how do you as a couple, I guess, you sort of come to terms with this over the course of the show?
Yeah, we kind of agree that it's better to work together because it takes two. There's some struggles that go on when finding the objects, and finding 4 things in the woods alone by yourself is difficult, so it's better to work with them.
Right. That makes sense. All right. Also with you today is Jackson Van Hall, who plays Rapunzel's prince.
I didn't even know Rapunzel had a prince.
Well, we're going to find out more. Jackson.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great this lovely morning.
All right. Now, we've got that out of the way. Tell us about Rapunzel's prince.
So Rapunzel's prince is just trying to find love with his one and only true maiden, Rapunzel, and he sings one of the probably most classical songs in the whole musical, Agony.
Oh, I thought it was Must Have Got Lost.
No. That's a reference that none of these kids are going to get.
They're not going to get.
So, all right. And so now we all know the story of Rapunzel with the golden hair. And do you have to climb the golden hair to get into the tower?
Let down your hair and let me climb up the ladder of your love.
So I've been told you have to climb up to Rapunzel by her hair.
See?
Right.
It is in the song, John.
Right. And do you? I mean, no spoilers. I don't want to.
I mean, I believe so. I cannot confirm that, but yes, I believe so.
Okay, all right. I figured.
Had to go through training and ninja courses and everything.
Now, is your prince like a self-confident kind of ego kind of driven guy, or is he sort of a
shy?
Shy, yeah, right.
Yeah, I would say my guy is very much his ego drives his ambition, and he's more of trying to win his braveness and his affection towards the princess.
So like typical of every guy. The ego drives everything.
Right now, there's also a granny in the play, and that's played by Aubriana. Is Granny there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Aubriana Elliott, you play Granny. Yeah. So tell us about Granny. How does she fit into this story?
So Granny is Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother, and without Granny, they would never go into the woods to go with her red cape. So I guess never have the red cape without me being sick and in the woods. So.
And I guess in a certain sense, Granny's kind of integral to the story.
I mean, yeah, in a sense.
If there's no Granny, there's no Little Red Riding Hood.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You'd have a hole in the whole story there if you didn't do that. All right. So again, the play is Into the Woods Junior, and it's coming up this weekend. You guys have opening night on Friday. And then you've got shows both Friday, Saturday, and again on Sunday. Tickets are $15 for adults, $13 for students, and you can find those online. And we'll put the link up on our Facebook page for people to find it there. Also, we have a clip of you guys singing, and I don't know if Angela, if you're still there. So we got this 30-second clip, and I believe, is this Into the Woods that we're going to hear?
It is, and I do have one more thing to tell you guys.
Oh, please do.
This show is great for all ages. It has a 52-minute runtime, so it means we'll have you into the woods and out of the woods and home before dark.
Oh, man. That is a huge selling point. You know, sometimes when you're in hour 4 of some of these productions, you're like, yikes. No, that's great. And, of course, when you got little kids, they're going to enjoy the story, but 52 minutes, that's sort of perfect. That'll be great. So, again, Scranton Middle School Musical Theater presenting Into the Woods Junior this weekend, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And again, this is at the Brighton Center for the Performing Arts. We should mention that. And we're going to hear a clip now of the cast singing Into the Woods. So here we go. All right, very nice. All right, that sounds awesome. And looking forward to that. Scranton Middle School presenting Into the Woods Junior this weekend at the Brighton Center for the Performing Arts. And we will put the ticket link up on our Facebook page. So everybody, Angela, Vaughn, MJ, Jackson, and Aubriana, thank you so much for joining us, and break a leg this weekend.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Now get to school. Yeah. Those performances, not just Saturday and Sunday, but there is a Friday night as well. And as John said, we'll have that link on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. You ever do any acting, Susan?
I did not, but my daughter did. Yeah. She even continued outside of high school, but she did Into the Woods. She was Rapunzel.
Oh, did you know Rapunzel had a prince? Was there a prince in the presentation you saw?
Yes, there is, yeah. She had the
I didn't know the prince
long blonde wig, like it literally went from the tower to the floor. She'd be going like this. Like
and where'd you find a wig like that?
Right.
You know?
She ended up with neck problems.
Yeah, that's
true. I had to wear a brace.
Well, they didn't have as many beauty salons back in the day, so Rapunzel's hair probably.
You know what? Went into the pandemic, couldn't get her hair done.
were there protests and such back then?
Yes.
I don't know. Today is the 17th of April. And yeah, we're expecting snow today.
What?
Isn't that great?
You know, I did go swimming on Saturday. We had all those warm days, and so I was building up, and I said, all right, Saturday looks like the day, because it was going to be in the lower 80s.
Was it a cannonball, or did you wade?
Of course, the pool ready to go, thanks to the folks at Roman's Pool Supplies and Service. getting you up and running early this year. Of course, your pool's best defense, and you can check them out online, romanspools.com.
And John did follow Roman's recommendations not to wear a thong. Thank
right.
goodness. And Roman is smart that way,
Well,
and so
yeah.
is his staff.
Yeah. I was able to get a swim in on Saturday, knowing full well
That it was going to be
that was going to be it for a while because
today.
it was not looking good as we headed into the rest of the weather. But again, just to sort of emphasize, when you're getting your pool up and running, turning on the heater, getting the various components of your system ready to go. The pump was acting kind of odd, and I'm like, all right, it's making some sounds I'm not really quite used to, and I didn't know what was going on. So I got him on the phone.
Can you make the sound for us? Because sometimes you have to do that when you're calling in, and you say, Roman is.
Well, I was standing right by the pump, so they could hear it through the phone, but it was kind of like a surging, it was like, No, it wasn't. It was anyway. Yeah, but it was making a sound. I'm like, all right, this doesn't sound right. So I got on the phone. Somebody over at Roman's got on the phone with me. We talked it through and did some resetting on the settings on the pump and got it running nice. And that was again, the people there know their stuff, and so when you have these issues, and they come up all the time, things like this will come up all the time, and some other places, if you call them, they'll be like, well, we'll have a repair crew out there, in 7 days, and it'll be a $18,000 deposit, and and you're like,
don't go with them.
don't go with them. Right, like I said, right over the phone.
They're not
Roman's,
that amazing to go with.
No, they're really not.
They're not.
Talk me through, got it working, and it was great. So
they'll be opening up my pool later in the month.
Right.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So Roman's Pools, check them out online, romanspools.com.
All right. It is the 17th of April. Today is blah, blah, blah day.
I love that.
Blah, blah, blah,
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
In honor of Charlie Brown's teacher, National Cheese Ball Day. For those that like a good cheese ball.
I like a good cheese ball.
Nothing like, well, you met a few up in Gladman.
You're sitting next to a couple. I don't know.
I'm not
cheese balls. I have to tell you, not a big fan.
It's kind of like dip when you're looking at people dipping rubbing their cracker through
you
it.
just
and
have
doing,
one for yourself.
Oh, just your own cheese ball.
Okay.
Now, is there a specific
I wouldn't eat
flavoring?
it at a party or anything.
Well, here's the thing: if you see a cheese ball, it's like always covered in something.
Yeah,
like
it looks
almonds
like it's like a toasted almond,
or
thing.
something on there.
You
And
have
you're
to
like,
work your way to the cheese.
get this off of here. I don't.
Joe's Produce in Livonia.
Wow, that's a name from the past.
Yeah.
I worked there for 3 days, by the way.
3 days?
I don't know if maybe
Did
it was
you make
3
cheese
whole
balls?
days.
No, it might have been 2.
Oh.
My job at Joe's.
Okay, tell us about your 3-day stint.
This is how they do it. I'm giving you an inside scoop. Well, this was back in 1985 or something. I would put broccoli on those little styrofoam trays.
Okay.
And then you wrap the saran wrap, and then I'd have to put it on the heater to
Right.
glue the bottom
Seal
of
it. Right.
Imagine doing that for 4 hours straight.
All right.
Well, of course, they give you a 15-minute break to go out and retrieve carts. So that was fun.
Okay.
That's why I was only there for maybe 2 days.
Sometimes you run into those jobs. I worked at a seafood restaurant for all of one shift, where they had me deveining shrimp.
Oh, no. You made it for the whole shift? I thought wrapping broccoli was bad.
I made it through the shift, and I knew I knew about an hour into. I'm like, oh, this is my last shift. But I'll do the shift, and then I'm out of here. And I was like, no, that's not happening.
So show us.
Yeah.
Was it like you got it like with your finger?
Well, you had like a little
spoon?
It was like almost like a knife, but it was like a pick or something, I guess. And you had to like pull the vein and to like peel it out.
Oh, no.
And it was gross. I mean, it sounds gross. It was gross. It smelled gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, I was like, no.
There's
sorry.
no dates
And the
after
thing
that
was,
shift.
when I told the guy, he's like, yeah. He knew. I think he's like, we have a different guy every day. This is a one-day
It's
gig.
like a temp job.
It's a temp job. It really is.
Need fast money? Devein shrimp.
All right, anyway.
Anyway,
Where were
Joe's
we?
Produce has great cheese balls.
Well, there's that.
And
I didn't wrap those.
the
I was
cheese
not a cheese ball wrapper.
is covered just in cheese, like shredded cheese
Okay.
instead
okay.
of nuts or something.
All right, yeah, I don't.
That's probably better then.
It's
Well, here's the
very
other thing about a cheese ball. Now that we're talking about the cheese ball, sometimes the cheese ball and then the cracker that they put out with it, they don't match because the cracker doesn't have the strength
You know
to
what?
get through the cheese.
Yes.
The cheese is harder than the cracker's tensile strength, and you go in to scoop cheese and you break the cracker off in there, and then you're like, oh man.
You're
Then you got to dig the cracker half out.
You use a little cheese knife.
A little cheese knife to put it on your Ritz, because you know why?
Spread.
Everything tastes better when it sits on a Ritz.
I guess I'm not cultured enough. I just dig right in with the cracker.
Or the Flips Ritz.
The Flips Ritz, yes,
Where
those
it's
are newer.
pretzel and Ritz.
Oh, right.
Those are the best with cheese ball.
All right, now you know.
No.
Now you know what I do on Friday nights.
Whether you wanted to or not.
It's Ford Mustang Day today. The Mustang was officially unveiled by Henry Ford II at the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows, New York, April 17th of 1964.
Right.
That same day, the new car also debuted in Ford showrooms across America.
Right.
Almost 22,000 Mustangs were immediately snapped up by buyers.
And part of that was portrayed in the movie Ford versus Ferrari, which is a pretty good movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
1875 on this date, snooker. A variation of pool was invented by Sir Neville Chamberlain.
Really?
Yeah, Neville. I never played snooker. I found it annoying that there was these bumper things on the pool.
It was like a pinball game almost, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like, no, let's just play pool.
And any game.
I'm guessing in Gladwin at the bar.
But think about it.
At the dive, they did not have snooker.
No, I don't think they had snooker.
Pounding out some balls.
So the other thing is, snooker itself, the word is like, the meaning of it is to like get ripped off. Oh, I got snookered.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to play some game where it literally means getting ripped off. Like,
Well, that's because nobody can figure out how to play the stupid game.
That's true. They just
Or
make
you
up the
get
rules.
snookered before
You
you
lost
play.
again.
Sorry. You were close to winning.
Almost this time.
1937, cartoon characters Daffy Duck and Elmer J. Fudd debuted.
Aww.
Elmer was hunting rabbits.
I didn't know Elmer had a middle name.
I didn't either. Do you know what the J? We got to find out what the J in Fudd stands
I'll look
for.
into that, yeah.
E.J. Fudd. I'm going to guess Jeremiah. It sounds like a name from that time. Elmer Jeremiah Fudd. Elmer Judd Fudd. Elvis Presley in 1952 was fired from a job as a theater usher.
Cannot believe that.
I didn't even know Elvis was a theater
Elvis?
usher. Oh, hey, baby. 64, the Mustang formally introduced. We went through that. 1998, Linda McCartney, the rock photographer wife of Sir Paul McCartney, and one-time member of the band Wings, died of breast cancer in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara. That's okay. She was 56.
Right.
Did you find out what J stands for?
It does stand for nothing. No one knows what the J stands for.
Well, then we'll go with Jeremiah, if nobody knows.
Well, I think it's just Joseph.
Barry Bonds.
I'm going to go with Jughead.
That was another comics.
I know.
Barry Bonds of San Francisco Giants on this day in 2001 hit his 500th home run, becoming the 17th major leaguer to reach that mark. And it was on this day in 2011, Game of Thrones premiered on HBO.
Wow.
Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah.
I was not a GOT,
It's quite a show.
and that is your 2 cent
You know,
history
and
lesson.
did you watch Game of Thrones?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
My dad was a huge fan of that.
There's a episode called The Red Wedding that other
sounds
Game of
like
Thrones
bloody.
fans, they know. Yeah, it was. That was. I mean, look, that show. I mean, when me and my wife started watching it, she would joke. She's like, she would joke at the end of each episode, like, well, how many gurgling neck scenes were there? Gurgling neck wounds were there, because it was just always somebody getting stabbed in the neck or having their head taken off or whatever. So it was like quite a lot of that. And she noticed that the ratio of hot sex scenes to gurgling neck wound scenes.
Was it comparable?
At the
What?
beginning it was, and then as the show went on, there were less and less hot sex scenes and more gurgling neck wound scenes, and she was like, this is very disappointing.
That it went that way.
Right. The balance was going to go off. It should have gone the other way.
The balance of the show in the beginning was medieval sex versus medieval torture wounds.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And I think
Was
what
the
happened...
guillotine used in either one or both at the same time? You weren't that good. Off with your head.
Which one?
They had a little guillotine.
No. I'd rather just die.
Run by a guy named Milt. All right. Wow, the 2 cent history lesson is taking another turn.
Yikes. All right. On that note, hey, Murphy's Family Auto would like you to stop by and end this discussion, if you will. Of course, they're the place to go to get all your car and truck repairs and maintenance needs taken care of, tune-ups, brakes, electrical, tire shock, suspension, batteries, air conditioning, wheel balancing. It's the whole shebang.
Let's just say you've decided you need to take off your winter tires after today. You can get that done at Murphy's Family Auto.
Yes.
Tell them Mike and John sent you. You get 5% off your bill.
Right. Do that Tuesday.
Yeah.
You
Or
might need
Wednesday.
them today. Yeah.
Make your appointment.
Well, that's true. Right. 517-552-3040, or you can check them out online, murphysfamilyauto.com. Well, I think we made it.
We did it.
I think so. When the guitar plays.
Right.
It's not over till the guitar plays.
Wait a minute, is that the one the fat lady sings?
I said the guitar plays.
What
I said guitar
another
plays.
pickup line.
What's going on? You've been giggling with Mike and John and Cougar. Tune in next time. Giggle on.
I think we're done.